Okay guys, here's the second assignment today over box and whisker plots, which we briefly touched on before break. So make sure that you take notes on all these because it'll be really helpful come test time. So a box and whisker plot, the official definition for that is a way, please make sure you're writing, to display data on a number line by organizing it into 4 sections. Okay, 5 number summary. Okay, so when you get a box or a box and whisker plot, if you remember, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So a 5 number summary is just those 5 numbers. So the first one is easy. It is the smallest value. And then let's just do all the easy ones first. So the maximum value is, of course, the largest number. And then the median is the middle value. And then just remind yourself, small to large order. Okay, so far that's all review. And then maybe the other two might be a little bit new if you don't remember from before break. But the lower quartile is the median of the lower half, and the upper quartile is the median of the upper half. And once you have those 5 numbers, you just have to put them in place on the box and whisker plot. So quartiles are the 4 sections. Leave your write kind of small here, guys. There's kind of a lot to write. The 4 sections that make up the box plot. Each quartile is 25% of the data. Okay, something kind of new here. The interquartile range. That sounds really difficult, but it's not. All you have to do is just find the range between the lower quartile and upper quartile. Or the length of the box. So all you have to do for the interquartile range is take this number and subtract this number. And it is just telling you how far this is. So you take this number and subtract that number. Okay, and then you're just going to practice this. What's the range? What's the interquartile range? I think that we should probably do 1 because this does such a better job of explaining it than the one that we did actually before break. So let's talk about resting heart rates, beats per minute of a group of people are given below. Find the 5 number summary, draw a box and whisker plot, and answer the questions that follow. Okay, so before I start drawing things over here, I like to get my 5 number summary. So let's start with the easy ones. We got 55, and we got, oh, they're not in order, are they? It might not be 55. Excuse me. Okay, let's go ahead and put these guys in order. I will do it for you. So everybody write 50, and then go 55, 58, 60, 62, 64, 68, 70, 72, 76, 84, and 92. Okay, those are our numbers. And remember, make sure you have the right amount. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 numbers. That means it's going to divide it 6 and 6. So go ahead and circle the first 6. And then go in and circle the second 6. And now we can start getting the 5 numbers. So the minimum, the maximum, those two are easy. Now the median is the middle two, or is the middle number, in which case it's these two. It's 64 and 68. So in your calculators, you go 64 plus 68 divided by 2, or you just ask yourself what number is in between 64 and 68, and that would be 66. Okay, lower quartile is the median of the bottom half. So remember, we have this half, and we have this half. So the median of the lower half would be these two, and the median of the upper half would be these two. So you can add them together and divide by 2, or ask yourself what's in between 58 and 60. And then on the other side, you'd ask yourself what's in between 72 and 76. Now we have our 5-number summary. So if this is a test, you get a point for each one of the 5 numbers, and then drawing the box and whisker plot. So remember, the box goes around the 3 middle, and then these are the whiskers, right? So I kind of like this because they don't give you numbers on the bottom here. So I know that I have to start at 50, and then the biggest number is 92, but I'm not going to put 92 right here because I need to have these count by the same thing every time, right? So I might think, okay, well, what would happen if I counted by 5? So I'd have 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. Okay, so you might, it looks like I would hit 95 about here. So I might actually start with one lower than 50 just to give myself some room. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 45. So write 45 and then just count by 5s all the way to the top. So you kind of got to be strategic on what you count by on these, all right? And we're deciding that 5s for this one is the best. So we're going to have, now I go through and I make dots at each number, okay? So I make a dot at 50, I make a dot at 59, a dot at 66, a dot at 74, and then all the way up to 92. Then I put a box around the middle 3, a line through the median, and then whiskers out to the smallest number, and a whisker out to the biggest number. Okay, now we've gotten full credit for the problem for creating the box and whisker plot. Now we just have to answer the questions. What is the range? That would be 92 minus 50, which is 42. If this is going too quick, you guys can pause the video at this time and make sure that everybody's got the box and whisker plot drawn correctly. What's the interquartile range? Well, remember that is upper quartile minus lower quartile. And 74 minus 59 is what? 15. Okay, here's the new part, so listen closely to this. What percent have a resting heart rate of 66 beats per minute? So remember, and I'll try to do this in a special color here. What would stand out? How about light blue? This is divided into 25%, remember? So this is like 25%. You can write this in. That's 25%. That's 25%. And then that's 25%. So when it says what percent of a resting heart rate of below 66, well, 66 is right here, right? So what percent is below 66? Well, it would be this 25%, and that's 25%. So 25% plus 25% is 50%. What percent of a resting heart rate of no more than 74? We may pause the video here and see if anyone can get it. Okay, no more than 74. Well, here's 74, and it can't be any more, so that's everything less. How many 25% is that? That would be 75%. What percent have a resting heart rate of 50 to 59? So that would be, it's getting kind of jumbled in here, 50 to 59, 25%. 66 to 92 is going to be 50%. So there is a big number one. So you got this page to do and one other. So if you finish early, finish yesterday's assignment. If you finish everything, do Prodigy. If you don't finish everything and you have worked hard, there's no homework tonight, and you'll have time to finish this on another day. But please do work hard the whole period and do a good job for Mr. Engler. And I will be seeing you guys in a little over a week.